Alright, so let's continue. Now there are a few things which we first have to fix, starting with the font family of the text that gets displayed below each of the text field. So we use the helper text component, and let's actually inspect this element just to figure out which component it is. MUI form helper text hyphen the root slot. So we need to target this component in the theme. Let's do that. Within the components, right over here, let's target this component and adding in the style overrides for the root slot, and we just need to spread out the same Lato font in such a way, and that's looking much better. Now the other thing is that when we close the panel, wait a second, when we close the panel and we try to open it again, we will see that the error state is still there, which is kind of like an odd behavior. So let's fix this. Heading back to the editor, right over here where we are passing in the close panel. So at the moment it is a callback function. So along with this thing of setting the state to be of false for the show panel, we also need to update the error state by setting it to be an empty error the way that it is initially by default over here. So for that, let's actually create a function. Instead of doing this thing, we will be calling in a function called handle close panel. Let's create the function somewhere around here, handle close panel, and in this function we will be still calling the same function of the set show panel to be of false, but along with this we will also be setting the error state to be an empty object just to clear out the errors that we have. So now if we try to do the same thing, let's open up the panel, boom, so that's cleared, perfect. So now the other thing would be, let's actually see. So we got full name, email, and all these fields. So now we just need to work on the part where we are displaying the message which says that the order has been placed, please, like a confirmation mail has been sent, something like that. So for that thing, we will be using the snack bar component, which looks something like this. We're going to display a message, and along with this we will also be doing a few more things, such as clearing out the cart obviously, and also clearing out the enter details form, like pretty normal things. So let's do that. Sorry about that, I actually have a dry throat today. Anyway, so the snack bar component which we are going to use works something like this. So we will be passing in the open prop, which is actually a boolean value, and if this is true, then it means that the snack bar will be visible. And also we will be using the message to display the message text, and there we have another one, auto hide duration. So this is milliseconds, so this would mean 6 seconds in this example. And after this duration, the snack bar component will automatically call the on close function that we have over here, the one that we specify. So keeping all of that in mind, let's actually head back, and within the index in the pages directory, the home page, we will be placing in the snack bar somewhere around here. So it doesn't matter where you place this component because it has the respective styling which will make it appear in the expected way. So it doesn't matter how nested this component is. Anyway, so now let's first pass in the open and the message to be of order placed, a confirmation email has been sent to you, something like this. And now if we take a look, boom, there we have the message, and it is ugly. So let's fix this thing. Firstly, I'm gonna change the font family. So for that, let's inspect this component, and where we have the text, which would be this one. So we need to target this component and the message slot, MUI snack bar component and the message slot. Let's do that. A similar thing right over here. Let's actually do one thing. I'm gonna copy up the same stuff, replace it with this, instead of root it's gonna be message. And now if we take a look, that's looking much better. So now we just need to position this thing to be over here, somewhere around here, for which let's head back. Whoops, what did I do? Over here where we have the snack bar, we will be passing in the anchor origin prop, which takes an object to which we have to specify the vertical and the horizontal position. So starting with the vertical, which would be top in this case, and the horizontal is gonna be center. So it's gonna look something like this. So that's beautiful. Now let's actually create a state for this thing, because we don't always want this to be visible. So let's do that right over here. Now the thing is that this message should be displayed when the user places an order. So as for the name, we can name it as order placed, like in past tense, and set order placed to be the function. Whoops. And by default it would be false. So let's bind this state value to the snack bar component that we added over here. Let's do that. And also we have to change the state after a certain period of time, like after the message is kind of displayed. And I mean, we don't want this to always be there. After a certain period of time, this should go away. And in order to make this go, we just need to change the state of this order placed to be back of false. So for that, let's first define the auto hide duration. And I think 5 seconds should be enough for the user to read this message, after which the onClose function will be called. And in this case, it's going to be a callback. And we're going to set the set order placed to be back of false, like to be false. So I think that would be it for this one. And now we just need to work on actually displaying this thing. Like when the user submits the information, we have to display the message. So let's actually create a function for it, and the function will be called somewhere around here, like right over here actually. So let's do that. And so let's handle place. Let's actually do it right over here. So firstly, we will be setting the set order placed to be of true. And then we also have to do a few things, such as we need to empty out the cart. We don't want to keep the items, like still the items should not be in the cart after the order has been placed. So set cart to be of an empty object. Then we have the enter details, which is this one. So we have to clear it out as well. Let's do one thing. Let's move this thing into a variable. I don't know what's, sorry about that. So let's go with init form, which would be this, and then we can use it as the default value in such a way. The reason is that we also need to update it somewhere around here. Nope, here. And it would be set enter details back to be of init form, so that it's cleared out. And let's also close the panel open on the right side. So for that, set show panel to be of false. And I think that would be it. Well, actually, one more thing. Let's set the error to be back to be an empty object, just for the case that if before placing an order, the form had errors. So we just want to be on the safe side. And yeah, I think that would be it. Let's actually move it over here. So now if we take a look, what's up with this terminal? Okay, so now let's give it a spin. Let's add, I'm gonna refresh just to be on the safe side. Is it done? I think the system is lagging, so I might have to cut the video. Anyway, so like I might have to stop the video and continue in the next one. Anyway, so now if we try to place an order, let's enter the respective information and let's see if it works. Boom, this thing works. As you can see, the cart has been cleared out. Okay, so we have to fix this thing. We don't want the next screen to be visible after the order has been placed. So let's actually do that in the next video, because I guess the system is lagging. I hope the video is not. So yeah, let's continue in the next part. Thank you.